Welcome to the Human Experience by Hiddenbody. Rich, Tim and I, we've been practicing and studying within the field of movement for 10 plus years. Now, through our explorations, we're trying to bring a lighter and more inclusive approach to the movement practice and to the human experience. Now, if you want to develop strength, flexibility and skills, or you want to stimulate your body and your brain, go to hiddenbody.nl. Let's continue with today's episode. Side. I know it's a lot, but I'm just quickly showing so you have a little bit of input, and then the last few mantles. All out. Climbing pullover. Using the hip hooks. Final one, the muscle up. Which can also be.
Insane.
Okay, so this looks a little bit weird, but there is a reason behind the madness. Because I'm working on my son's bedroom, and it's one of my big projects right now. So I'm wearing this mask and these glasses because I began a week ago and I wanted to get the ceiling out. So removing the plaster, my God, horrendous. So now I'm back at it with the right materials, right tools, also a bit wiser and slightly less diluted. So I'm going to show you how I will be applying different types of hanging to see if I can actually remove this plaster a bit more efficiently, because I've been doing this for now, I think half an hour or so. And I'm slowly developing an idea of how I can remove it a bit easier by using different hanging techniques. So different positions of the hands while I'm trying to pull the plaster down. So rather than pulling it down from the arms, I'm actually finding a hanging position. And then as I hang, I try to pull it down. And then I can, of course, also play around with different hanging positions. So just look at this. There's a piece of plaster here. Mind the shoes, or you can't see the shoes and the pants. So there's a piece of plaster over here. Underneath me, there's a pile of plaster. But now I'm going to use, just pass it in, to pull this down from the ceiling. Did you see what I just did? So I had a pronated hang, and now I can go into a supinated hang. Yeah, I'm not hanging fully, but I'm just using my fingers to create a hook here at the plaster, and then I'm slightly adding more weight by shifting more weight into my fingers, and then I try to see if I can actually pull a big piece of plaster without breaking it. See? Look at this. See how big this piece is? And I basically now broke off the entire piece in one go. Whereas initially, what I was doing was this. I'm breaking another big piece. I was basically doing very stupid stuff because I was constantly pulling down small pieces and really only using my arms, whereas I actually now am discovering that if I use my entire weight, or at least a lot of my weight, in that sense where I can pull it apart, it doesn't take me a lot of effort because I'm hanging anyways. And it allows me to exert a lot of force You take this plastic out. Oh. This is why a movement practice is useful, because if you want to repair your house, if you want to build a room, if you want to do physically intense work outside of your day-to-day activities or in your day-to-day activities, so even if you're a street maker or a house builder, it is very useful to know how you can use your body in the most efficient way. Underneath the bridge with our dear friend and brother Nelson.
Once you're there, you can use these pillars to grab yourself and then grab the other.
Sharing the work.
And then you can pull yourself up. Yeah, no, so yeah.
Because we're in this together.
Yeah. There. De omgeving van gebruiken voor fysiek ervaring. Fuck. And we had a bank in Dominican Republic. It said the slogan was solid like Peninsula. That was solid like Peninsula. You know what happened to that bank? It crashed. Yeah.
The solid bank crashed, but
Yeah.
Nelson didn't, man. I scored.
I was the shaky.
So I'm sitting here in the train back home, and I'm studying the theoretical components of the examination for the movement studies. I always like my train rides back home. I spend approximately 2 hours a day on traveling back and forth between Amsterdam and the city I live in right now. And I just wanted to share this in-between moment so you can actually see what I do. Sometimes I spend time meditating, sometimes I spend work also for the online coaching students. Shout out to all of you. Super grateful, of course, to also guide you and facilitate you, but this is and this is where I sometimes provide you with feedback and with new material. So besides that, just sharing this moment in time, and let's see where we will take this, and if we will pass the examination, because it's going to be a tough one. Again, physical practice, where the practical components were challenging and these theoretical components are challenging as well, but that's what we signed up for, because the bigger the challenge, the bigger the reward.
Go. See what we can do. Easy, right?
So I'm cycling back from this beautiful Saturday human movement study, and today I had the honors to guide the class through the main dishes, in which we had a very potent, nice, firm and tasteful soup with a lot of beautiful ingredients. And the main ingredients today were lightness, working on the lightness skills and on the Kleibar system. So two of the modules that are under the umbrella of athletics. Athletics is a beautiful way of saying the options that you have when you displace yourself. And with the lightness, it's really interesting because you're zooming in on how you can modulate certain tensions of the body through touch. So you can push very hard into the ground, push very light into the ground, and see what it does to the system in combination with certain materials or puzzles that allow you to execute certain movements. So really interesting. And then with the climb bar, seeing how the class has been working or improving their capacity, and then now really working more on the level of dexterity, where creating puzzles with each other, trying to find new ways of formulating oneself on the bar. Super beautiful to see. And this is more of the technicalities that we went into, but at one point I also said, like, we're working on creating a lot of these formulas. One time 104 minus 202 multiplied by 8, like all of these calculations that we make inside of the movement practice. But eventually it's also all about fun, right? Creating a smile when you move, because it's this luminous zone of thinking, doing, frustrating, but also feeling the gratification of, or feeling the rewards of doing the effort, putting in the work, seeing results, and just being present with a lot of other people that share the same curiosity. So today was all about not killing the curiosity, but keeping it alive. And I felt also very alive because, 5 years in the making. I remembered I stepped into a dojo in Amsterdam where I saw Rich, and he said to me, like, "Oh, so you're the guy who got to shake things up?" And I was just, we had a fun, instantaneous interaction. And then fast forward 5 years, guiding a first human movement study on a Saturday at Hiddenbody. It's just one of those moments where you have to pinch your skin to know that this is what happens if you put in the work, and if you do the thing, and if you try and you don't give up. Because that's all that matters. You just don't give up and play the game. And then everything is possible. So, to close off, I'm grateful for today, for what's been done, for what's ahead, and closing it off with a smile.